The manhua opens in a dimly lit sitting room. The glow from a phone screen casts a soft light on our girl Gu Mang, who is completely engrossed in a movie. This is her escape, her one true hobby. No matter how chaotic life gets, she always finds comfort in these quiet moments, absorbed in a world far away from her own. But her peace doesn't last long. The door swings open with force and a loud, angry voice shatters the silence. It's her uncle, Lei Xiao, storming into the room. He reminds her of the past, of the day her parents died. She didn't even shed a tear. Not a single one. And if she didn't cry for them, then she shouldn't be here now. Standing beside him is Gu Yin. She doesn't defend her, not really. She simply states her observation, that our girl isn't a bad person, just cold-blooded. Turns his glare back to Gu Mang, his tone unwavering as he delivers his final verdict. Take your brother and leave. He makes it clear. Everything that once belonged to the Gu family now belongs to his sister. Gu Mang has nothing here. But Gu Mang, she doesn't flinch. Not even a little. Our girl stands up and asks Gu Yin what she has to say about it. She replies that that's what was written in the will, so she can only accept it. She tells her that if she wants to stay a few more days with her brother, Gu SC, she should ask their uncle. Our girl tells her that there's no need for that. Holding Gu Yin, her uncle tells her that there's no need to talk with her. That very soon, the only people she would be interacting with are people of high class, and not lowly people like our girl. She replies that she knows about that he shouldn't worry himself. Our girl looks at them and accuses her sister of acting as if she loves her. This pisses her sister off. Our girl continues, telling her that when their parents were still alive, they never saw her as very strong. And after their death, she didn't seem very saddened. She adds that they left the inheritance for her because of her weakness. Walking away, she tells her sister that she won't be bothered about taking care of her now, that she is on her own. Gu Yin feels our girl is just showing up. She feels that our girl would be stuck struggling while she would be at the top. A few hours later, our girl can be seen walking into Ming City Imperial Palace with her kid brother, Gu Sai. He comments that inasmuch as the building is Ming City's most popular event center, it looks pretty average. Just at the door, a rude girl asks them who they are and why they're here to pretend as if they are rich. Our girl's helper. She tells them that she was wondering who else had the money to compete with her, overpaying for everyone's drink. Little did she know that it is our girl's brother. She walks to him and asks him if he missed her. He says no. Our girl looks at her silently. She tells her to stop looking at her too provocatively. They're sitting, discussing. A young man walks in and sees our girl's brother. He tells his assistant that he is surprised to see such a little boy inside the place. The man apologizes and promises to increase the premise's security and also chase them out immediately. The man tells him to always keep that in mind. A servant approaches Lin and tells her that the auction for Sleeping Jade is about to begin. He asks her if she would love to go in there now. She tells him that she is the wrong person, that the person who really wants the Sleeping Jade is our girl. Our girl takes the invitation and heads upstairs into the inner area where the auction is to be done. The security that came to throw her out is confused. She has been invited to the inner area. There's no way they can chase her out. At the auction, the auctioneer begins the auction with 1 million. He tells everyone that the Sleeping Jade is so unique, that is why. The people began to bid one after the other. Then a young man bids the highest, 10 million. He is Chengzhou, the male lead. Everywhere was silent because that is the highest. No other person agreed to bid higher. The auctioneer is about to conclude the auction when our girl bids at 20 million. The male lead is surprised. Everyone in the room is surprised. They wonder who this girl is that dares to bid against the male lead. From the clothes she is wearing, they never thought she is from a rich family. Others are of the opinion that she is doing this on purpose so that she can get the male lead's attention and get married to a rich family and be on top of the world. The lady sitting beside our girl advises her to stop bidding higher, asking her if she knows who is up against. That he is Lu Cheng, the current leader of the Lu family who is on top of the pyramid. The name sounds familiar to our girl. The lady continues, telling her that maybe she might not have heard of the Lu family, but she should have heard of Lu Shang, the leader of Ming Cheng, that even him is respectful to the leader of the Lu family. Our girl is less concerned about all this story. Shouting out, she tells the auctioneer that if no one raises the bid, the sleeping jade would become hers. Even the auctioneer is surprised that they is someone who dares to challenge the male lead. Immediately, the male lead increases the bid to 30 million. Our girl bids 40. The male lead bids for 50 million. This makes our girl to think. She doesn't know what is left in that her card, and she still needs to pay Gucci's bill tonight. If she knew earlier, she should have taken Lin Shang's order. She's about to say 60, but he cuts her short and says it himself. He also adds that whatever amount she have in mind, he would pay double of it. She's short of words. Defeatedly, she stands up and leaves the room. As she walks away, she remembers the Lu family from the movie she was watching earlier. As she steps outside, Lin is already there, bombarding her with a bunch of questions. It's like Lin has been waiting for this moment, eager to get every detail. But before she can even respond, two guys walk past, deep in their own conversation. They're talking about what just went down, their voices just loud enough for her to hear. One of them says he heard that someone reckless, someone with no fear of death, actually tried to steal from the male lead. The other guy laughs and adds that he heard she's stunning, and maybe, just maybe, she isn't even after the property. Maybe all she really wants is him. She stops in her tracks. Seriously? That's what people think? Her mood sours instantly. She's not about to let that slide, but she leans in, nudging her. Wait, are they talking about the male lead? But our girl doesn't say a word. She just turns and walks away. Lin watches her go, shaking her head with a knowing smile. Wow. It's rare to see her taste defeat. Outside, our girl is walking home with her brother. 3 men stops them and try to harass her. At first, she tells them to move away, but they refused. She had no other choice but to beat them up. Before leaving, her younger brother taunts them. As she walks past a walkway, the male lead can see her from above. The other 2 guys who were talking before asks him if that's the girl that was bidding against him. The other one comments that she is so assertive, just as the male lead, so they would be a good match. He turns and looks at them. He asks them if they don't have anything to do. They apologize for meddling into his affairs. He tells them that there are kids around, so they should mind the way they talk. As one of them try to explain, he tells them to leave. The next day, our girl is seen in the street market purchasing some clothes. She picks a cloth and asks her brother if he likes it. He replies that if she likes it, he likes it. She tells him that he is going out to study, so he needs more clothes. He can't believe that she is sending him away. She tells her that he is too weak, so he needs to grow stronger. In that same market, in a car, the male is with 2 of his brothers in a car. The one behind the wheel asks him why he wants to come here, that this is the place where night market stalls are. The other comments, asking if the male lead wants to change his lifestyle by moving in the same route as normal people. The male lead, who has been sitting quietly behind, tells them to shut up. Suddenly, he sees our girl at a distance, paying for the clothes she bought. She tells the vendor that if he gives her discount, she would buy more. The vendor replies that the goods are already cheap, yet she still wants discount. The male recognizes her. He's happy that they meet again. His brother asks him if he is really looking at the goods in those stalls. The other one close to the window spots Plo, our girl, and shows her to the male lead. The one behind the wheel asks him if he wants a background check on the girl. He refuses, saying that there's no need for that. Later that night, our girl is seen standing on the road with her brother. A car stops in front of them, and 2 men comes out to meet them. The younger one asks if she is the one old Lu introduced to them. He is Special Officer Song Yan. She replies that it's not her, but her brother. The man comments that old Lu must be pranking him. Immediately, her brother asks if he is looking down on him because he is a child. Our girl cautions him, reminding him what she said to him earlier. He apologizes immediately and tells the officer that he would prove his strength and make him believe him. The older man comes forward and tells the officer not to underestimate the kid, that after some time he would be begging the kid to stay. The old man is Lu Shangjin. Our girl's brother pleads with her again to let him stay, that he can teach himself and he would grow up to protect her. She refuses, saying that it's dangerous to be with her. She promises that if he is able to beat the strongest person in the academy, she would come and carry him. He reluctantly accepts and promises to come back with a year. She tells him that she will wait. As they take her brother away, the officer assures her that she shouldn't worry about him, that he has already given report about her brother. She replies that she is not worried, that she knows her brother's potential, because as siblings they share the same blood. At that moment, the old man's phone rings. It's an encrypted number from the capital. He picks up the call and tells the person on the other line that he is coming immediately. He tries to explain to our girl, but she cuts her short, saying that she would go with him. They enter the car and he makes a call, telling someone to send a private jet to him, that his mother is very ill. They're transported by the jet and get to the capital within minutes. As they alight, the man shares his fear about the recovery of his mother. Our girl tells him not to worry, that even if the person is in her last breath, she will be able to save her. A car pulls up in front of them. The person behind the wheel is none other than the male lead. He tells his uncle to enter inside. His uncle is surprised, asking him why he decided to pick him up personally. He replies that he just entered the capital also. Our girl recognizes his face. His uncle calls her, telling her to enter inside too. Then the male lead captures her name. Calling her name, he tells her that they meet again. He asks his uncle about the doctor he was supposed to bring. He doesn't want to think that it's our girl he was referring to. Our girl enters the car and tells him that he talks a lot. He can't believe his ears. His uncle asks him how his grandmother is. He replies that a military doctor is treating her, but her condition is still not good. His uncle tells him that her health was getting better some data ago, so he wonders why it became bad again. The male lead replies that he doesn't know why. His mind is far away, thinking about our girl. His sixth uncle, who always looks low of others, thinks so highly of our girl. He is surprised. He wonders what kind of person our girl is. He also wonders why she is so cold towards him. Meanwhile, our girl, who is sitting next to him, wonders why he is staring at her like that. Anyway, she won't see him again after repaying Uncle Lu's favor. The driver on the hand feels that if our girl can make the male lead so distracted, that means she has a lot of potential. He feels she seems like that perfect match for the male lead too. At the Lu's residence, they arrive and his uncle tells him to take our girl inside, that he would wait outside for them. The male lead suggests that they go in together. They haven't gone back for 20 years, and also his grandmother wants to see him. His uncle agrees. Inside, they're taken to the room where his grandma is kept. There's some doctors there. One of them suggests that they must perform a surgery to remove the blood clot in her brain, or else it would get dangerous. Another doctor comments that the lady is too old to withstand that operation. The first doctor still insists that there are a couple of doctors that can perform the operation with a 10% success rate, but if they don't conduct the operation, her grandmother won't survive the night. She is Lu Shiweo, Lu's family's second daughter. An elderly doctor says it might be possible. He urges Miss Lu to lead the operation. Others there also agree. Miss Lu was named by medical organizations as the youngest expert neurologist. Suddenly, our girl speaks. He asks the doctor if she wants to carry out a surgery on a patient that has such a critical condition. She adds that the patient would die on the operating table. The girl turns and asks her who she is that she can tell her what to do. Looking at our girl, she notices that she doesn't even wear luxury clothes. She wonders who she thinks she is to criticize her medical knowledge. Our girl ignores her. She goes closer to the bed and observes the old lady. Miss Lu tries to stop her, but she ignores her again. She blurts out 2 days. The male lead asks if his grandma would recover in 2 days. He is surprised. She has been sick for about a year. All the best medical experts have seen her, but they all said they can barely control the disease. Our girl continues, saying in 1 hour she would be able to restore the old woman's consciousness, and in 2 days she would recover fully. Miss Lu is happy to see the male lead. It's been a while. She turns to our girl and asks her what she just said now. She tells her that a surgery takes more than an hour, that she wonders what method she intends to use to cure her grandmother. Our girl replies her, acupuncture. The male lead observes that they haven't tried the Chinese medicine before. He is beginning to get convinced. Miss Lu tries to convince the male lead. She tells him that acupuncture is scam and isn't based on anything. She adds that our girl is taking their grandmother's life as a joke. The elderly doctor tells our girl that it's good she learnt a little bit of traditional Chinese medicine, but they are outdated and not in use in the world anymore. One of the young doctors claimed that he only knows about the best neurologist, who is Miss Lu. He has never heard of any other person. The other replies that our girl just wants to make herself stand out by using the Lu family. The male lead's uncle approaches him and asks him to give our girl an hour, that it won't even take long as a surgery. He adds that No has better medical skills than our girl. The male lead orders his assistant to arrange a room for our girl, adding that she would be staying here for 2 days. Miss Lu tries to talk her brother out of it, but he doesn't listen. He tells her not to blame others because she doesn't have the skills. Our girl gets ready for the job. She brings out her tools. The male lead begs his grandmother to trust our girl. Our girl brings out syringes and begin to remove blood from the old woman. Miss Lu asks her why she is doing that. She reminds her that the woman has a stroke. Coming closer, she says that she doesn't know what tactics she used to seduce the male lead, but she won't let her continuing deceiving them. As she gets closer, our girl pierces a syringe on her hand. She tells her that she didn't kick her out because she wanted her to see how she cures her patients and not for her to interrupt her treatment process. Miss Lu exclaims her hand has gone numb. A young lady walks in and asks the male lead why he is treating his family like that. She is Lu Ryushui, Lu's family youngest lady. Miss Lu goes to her, asking her to help. She promises to help her, telling her not to worry. Our girl complains that the place is too noisy. The male lead tells her to continue, that he would get rid of the distractions. She is relieved. This is what he was supposed to do ever since. She heard that he is the head of the family, yet he is like a little boy. He can't even control the family. The lady turns to the male lead's uncle and says that she was wondering who brought Terov. Our girl in here, that she never hers. He is the one who was disowned from the family years ago that brought her. She tells him that he no longer has the privilege to be called brother. She asks him if he came to get inheritance because her mother is dying. The male lead tells them to stop, that he doesn't have the energy to hear them fight. He tells them that he would show them their place if they don't know it. He orders his assistant to take the lady out. They're about to throw both of them out, but the male lead stops them from taking Miss Lu out. He removes the syringe from her hand and tells her not to disrupt our girl's treatment again. The place is silent. They all focus their gaze on our girl, who is doing her thing. Half an hour later, our girl announces that she is done with the treatment. She adds that in 30 minutes' time the patient would regain consciousness. The uncle is happy. He thanks her. She tells him not to thank her until the patient regains consciousness. The male lead approaches her and commends her for her hard work. She tells him that there's no need to thank her. She announces that she is tired and she needs rest. He tells her that his assistant is outside, that he would show her her room. She doesn't like the way he addresses her as if she is taking his order. She is just here to help Uncle Lu and not take orders from the male lead. As she walks away, the male lead safely wraps the syringe he took from Miss Lu's hand in his handkerchief. Our girl walks out of the room. She can't find anyone there. Then she sees Miss Lu walking towards her with 2 men. She quickly reads the situation. Miss Lu shows the men. Our girl. She tells our girl that she is bluffing, for her to say that her grandmother would wake up in 2 days. Our girl asks her if she is a hen. She asks if she needs more needles on her body. Miss Lu gets more angry and orders the men to attack our girl. As they're about to attack her, the male lead walks in and asks what they are doing. He asks if they want to disgrace the name of their family in the presence of grandmother. Miss Lu is surprised that her brother is here. He announces to them that grandmother really woke up. They're all inside the room. The male lead comments that our girl has special medical knowledge. Our girl replies that it is already known to people. He looks at her. He feels she is cute. Our girl writes a prescription for him to give her. She announces that she have other things to do, so she would leave. As she is about to leave, the male lead asks her when the next acupuncture session would be. Our girl replies that there won't be another one, that they should give her the medications and she will be okay in a week. His uncle is not happy that she is leaving. She had agreed to stay earlier, but the family caused this. She walks away. The male lead asks his uncle where he found her. He tells him that she is just a friend he knows who is really good at acupuncture. He decides to head back to Ming City since grandmother is fine now. Our girl is seen on the road. She is on a call. The person on the other end complains that she usually declines all his attempt to video call her. He wonders how bad she looks like. She tells him that she is going to hang up the call if he doesn't go ahead. He begs her not to hang up. The person on the other end is young man. He grumbles about not knowing the real boss now for 8 years. His name is Yun Lin, a top leader of Shadow Alliance, a senior hacker and diplomatic figurehead. He complains that the boss disguises her voice. He doesn't even know if it's a male or female. It just struck him now. The Shadow Alliance have already been open for 8 years now. 8 years ago, White Fox founded the Shadow Alliance and completed half of the internationally ranked #1 so-called impossible mission and became famous. In just half a year, the Shadow Alliance surpassed the 3 major international hacker organizations to become the world's leading hacker union. Countless hackers have tried to crack White Fox personal information, but all had failed to succeed. Even after numerous top hackers emerged, White Fox still remains the undisputed king of the hacker world, with no one able to shake their position to date. Our girl asks him if he has anything else to say. He tells her that he has transferred the money for the last assignment to her account. He tells her that there's another job to find someone, and the client is offering $1 billion. He asks her if she would do it because she has been short of cash lately. She asks him who the person she is to find is. He tells her that the person is a genius doctor who appeared in the Middle East 2 years ago. That the person's acupuncture skills is miraculous. He has a short hair and it could be a man. Our girl asks him who the client is, and he tells her that it's the male lead from the capital. She asks how many sites the task have been posted on. He tells her that it's 3, including the Shadow Alliance. He asks her if she intends to take it. She says no. Ending the call, she stops a cab and tells the driver that she is going to the northern suburbs, precisely the sanatorium. She arrives her destination and walks into a compound. As she's about entering, a robot welcomes her and informs her that the host is watering plants in the garden. It gives her direction. She goes to the garden and sees the host. Meng Jinyang, she is our girl's friend. Jinyang is happy that our girl came to see her. They enter inside and Jinyang offers her food. As our girl eats it, she notices the liveliness of her friend. It's been a long time she saw her like that. Looks like she is recovering well. She notices that her friend is itching to say something. She tells her to say it. She tells our girl that she is okay now. She wants to go out and make money with her. She continues saying she can't always stay there, that she heard the fees for recuperation is very expensive. Our girl tells her that she is not even of age, that there's no way she would make money. Her friend reminds her that she is not of age also. She replies that she can fight. Her friend is surprised. She asks her if she fights for money. She's afraid that she will get hurt. Our girl tells her that she have learnt some computer skills, so she makes small software to earn money. She assures her not to worry, that she doesn't fight, but she only hits people. Her friend looks at her. She believes her. Our girl at the age of 5 could carry a brick and smash someone. No one can indeed hurt her. As long as she is not worried, then she is fine. Our girl is not the type to stir up trouble herself, only if others provoke her first, and if they do this, then they deserve to be hit. Our girl asks her why she doesn't want to stay here, that it is quite nice. Her friend tells her that she could probably find a part-time job because our girl hired a lot of teachers to educate her. She wants to earn money. She doesn't want to be a burden anymore. Our girl asks her if she really wants to make money. She says yes. Our girl tells her that she will find a school for her to go, and after she graduates, she will be able to earn more. She continues, saying that she should consider the tuition fee a loan from her that she will pay back when she starts making money. Her friend asks about her. She replies that she will rent a place close to her school. Her friend suggests that they go to school together, that they should both take the entrance examination. At Ming City, our girl is with her friend, Jinyang, in a restaurant. They're here to meet with Uncle Lu. The man meets them there and asks her what her emergency is, saying that she sounded very urgent. She tells him to get her a spot at a school, 2 slots for her and her friend. The man is surprised. He asks if she really wants to go to school. She says yes, asking if there's anything wrong with that. Jinyang, who is sitting silently beside our girl, wonders why people are giving her that kind of attitude because she said she wants to go to school. She now knows why. Our girl didn't want to go to school earlier. The man smiles and replies that it is not wrong, that it only feels unbelievable. He is considering her past achievements. He is just worried that she might blow up the school if she gets annoyed. She tells him to go and arrange the spot. He agrees to do so on the condition that she should follow a rule. He tells her that the rule is not to cause any trouble. He says it calmly. He doesn't want to annoy a big shot like our girl. She replies that she will be a good student. Inside him, he feels she shouldn't promise that as long as she doesn't hit anyone, she can do whatever she likes. He tells her they should choose City Ming Middle School, that Lu Yi and Lu Yang are there too. That means it would be convenient with the driver. Our girl tells him that she and her friend would board in school. She asks him to help transport her bike from another town for her. He promises to send someone to take care of that. Outside, Lu Yi is walking around with her friends. They're about to try the new restaurant that was just opened there. As they walk towards the restaurant, one of them sees her uncle coming out of it with our girl with him. She draws Lu Yi's attention to it. The other girl asks if the hour is her relative. She immediately replies that her dad has been working on a poverty alleviation project lately, so our girl is probably one of the students in the scheme. The first girl comments that from the look of our girl, she is probably a gangster. The other girl tells them that they should mind their business, that they have nothing to do with that kind of girl. Lu Yi watches as our girl and her friend enters a cab. Inside the cab, Jinyang asks our girl where they are headed. She replies that they're going to the place they'll be staying. She asks her if she has felt uncomfortable in any place since her surgery. Her friend replies no, that she feels great, adding that the artificial organ is more convenient than the colostomy bag, that she can use the bathroom normally now. Our girl's phone beeps. She just received a message from Lin Shang's. The message reads that she should be careful that all of the male lead's forces have a photo and are searching for the miracle doctor. Our girl is silent. She wants to see who would come out on top, she or the male lead. They get to the Wynn Palace. She tells the driver to stop and they alight. Her friend looks at the entrance. She have heard of this place before. Our girl tells her that they should go inside. She is surprised. She asks if this is the place they would stay. She tells her that she heard only children of high-ranking officials and top-tier celebrities, those who are incredibly rich or noble, are the ones who live here. The place is also super expensive. She offers that they stay in a recently purchased property in another side of the city instead. Our girl tells her not to worry, that it's a friend's place. They rented it to her at a friendly price. Jinyang feels that something isn't right somewhere. As they move ahead, a security stops them, asking them what they're doing here. He calls them lowlife, saying they shouldn't come and stay in the place. He looks at our girl. He sees her dressed like a beggar, yet she still comes here thinking because she is pretty, she can just walk in. Our girl silently removes an access card and shows it to him, asking if she can't really go in. Immediately he sees it. He apologizes to her, begging her to forgive him for being rude. That card is actually one of the only 2 black gold access cards in the whole of Xeven Palace. As our girl walks past, she advises him to eat more so that his brain would function better. He agrees with her. She and friend walk side by side inside the compound. Later that night, our girl leaves her friend. She tells her that she wants to go and take of some business, so she shouldn't wait for her. Her friend tells her to come back early. Our girl stands at the balcony, dressed discreetly. It's dark everywhere. She is on call with Lin Shang, who tells her that they have found where the male lead keeps the photos and information about the divine doctor at the row's high end. That it's just a picture of the person's back. Most people would think the divine doctor is a man of the short hair. She asks our girl if she wants to take the risk and go and collect the picture. Our girl comments that the male lead is too cunning, so they have to be cautious. Jumping down from the balcony, she tells her to send her the layout and details of the security arrangement. Moments later, our girl gets to the location. She attacks the guards there and gains access to the building. She sees the picture. It's a picture of Gu Mang when she was 16. She feels it won't be easy for him to find that divine doctor. She destroys all the information related to the divine doctor. She walks away. Moments later, someone raises an alarm to the male lead that all the information they have about the divine doctor have been wiped out of the system. He is angry. His assistant takes the blame and decides that he will send someone to pursue immediately. The male lead tells him that there's no need for that. He adds that there is no other person that can hack into his system except White Fox. So that means the divine doctor must be with the Shadow Alliance. His assistant is surprised. The male lead tells him to keep raising the bounty for the Shadow Alliance to find the divine doctor. 200 million plus extra 100 million consultation fee. Meanwhile, our girl is seen on call with Yun Lin. He tells her about the increased bounty, asking her if she won't accept it. She refuses again. There's no way she would be able to look for herself. The male lead's assistant tells him that Shadow Alliance have rejected the offer again. He tells his assistant to forget it and focus on monitoring our girl's movement. The next day in school, our girl is with her friend in the principal of City Ming Middle School. Uncle Lu is there too, trying to find both of them spots. The principal tells Uncle Lu that it is hard to admit students from grade 12, that even if he were to do that, the pressure on the students would be immense. Looking at their files, the principal can't help but exclaim, "He has never seen such a troublesome file. One didn't graduate from kindergarten, the other has a terrible record and scores 0 in every subject." He wonders how he is supposed to arrange this. He suggests that the 2 kids should get a test and they would be assigned based on their performance. Our girl tells him that there's no need for a test, that she would go to the worst class and her friend would go to the best class. Uncle Lu is surprised they're not in the same class. The principal agrees and announces that he will call the homeroom teacher for Class 1 and Class 20. The principal feels it is a good idea because Jin Yang seems obedient and it would be easy to arrange her in a class. Uncle Lu's mind goes far as he heard the class names. Lu Yang and Lu Yi are in those 2 classes. He doesn't want to meet with the 2 homeroom teachers because Lu Yang's grade is embarrassing. Immediately, he stands up and announces that he is leaving. He tells our girl that if she needs anything, she should call him. After a while, the 2 teachers walk into the office. The principal informs them that they have 2 transfer students for senior year, so they'd have to take 1 each. The 2 teachers takes their report and think about it. Shiyan, the homeroom teacher of grade 12, class 20, feels that our girl must be extremely unlucky to perfectly avoid all the correct answers to every question. The other teacher, Songhua, immediately airs her opinion. She doesn't like the fact that the principal wants to assign a student with record full of 0s in all subjects, and the other didn't even graduate from kindergarten into the most senior class. She turns to her colleague, hoping for support. The principal tells her that he didn't expect her to use those kind of words as a teacher. He tells her that he believes in her educational level. That's why he wanted to entrust the student in her hand. The teacher is still adamant. She tells the principal not to sugarcoat it, adding that she won't accept any of them into her class. She tells him that Miss Shi's class would be more suitable for them, that people should go where they belong and shouldn't be squeezed into a suitable place. Miss Shi is silent. She knows that it's always like this. The problem students that others don't want are usually shoved into her class. Her class might not have the best grades, but they are all good kids and a little more individualistic. The principal tells them that Jinyang should join class 1 and our girl should join class 20. It's decided and no one can change it. He adds that they can switch places and Songhwa would have to choose the one she wants. He asks Miss Shi if she has any objections. Miss Shi tells him not to worry, that she will work hard to get her student into a third-tier university. Meanwhile, Jinyang, who is sitting behind with Arrive. Our girl is not happy with the arrangement. She doesn't want to be separated from our girl, but she doesn't have a choice, and she also understands why it should be done that way. Our girl can't protect her forever, so she have to learn how to interact and deal with others on her own. Our girl, as if reading her mind, tells her that classes 1 and 20 aren't far apart, so she should find her when she needs her. The teacher of class 1 starts leaving, and Jinyang stands up to follow her. The teacher tells her that if she joins her class and her grades drag them down, she shouldn't expect her to be kind. She also adds that to ensure the quality of her classes, she won't have a seat for the next 2 weeks. She will receive lectures while standing. Our girl can't take this anymore. She tells them that Jinyang and her would be together in class 20. Everyone is surprised. Songhwa isn't happy with that. She has eased up enough to accept Jinyang. She feels they should be grateful, that she's the one to be picky and not the other way around. The principal asks our girl if she is sure. Although Songhwa words are harsh, it is undeniable that getting into class 1 is another way, like having one foot in a top university. Our girl replies that she wants that. The principal accepts her wish. Songhwa leaves the office angrily, calling them ungrateful and saying they would regret their decision. The principal entrusts both of them to Miss Shi. He tells her that she should arrange their accommodation and class matters as soon as possible. In her office, she tells them that although class 20 is not as good as class 1, they should be rest assured that she'll put in her best. She asks our girl how she got those bad grades. She notices that our girl is very beautiful. Our girl replies that while others take their exams, she sleeps through them. Miss Shi gives them half a day off for them to go and buy some clothes and daily necessities. She reminds them to come back to class in time in the afternoon. They thank her. They walk outside, waiting for a cab. Jinyang tells her that aside from clothes, they also need to get toiletries, skincare products. A car pulls up in front of them, the window opens and the male lead calls out to her. She notices that he is attractive. He also admires her. He asks them where they're going to, she tells him. He tells them to get in so that he will give them a ride. Jinyang tells our girl to go in first. She is a little bit scared of men. She notices it and feels she have to learn how to interact with men normally. Our girl tells her to go in first. As they enter, the male lead tells the driver where they're going. Inside, our girl is sitting beside the male lead. She is playing game. The male lead observes it and thinks that it is rare to see a girl so good in those kind of games. He feels it even suit her style. He asks her if she transferred here. She says yes. He tells her that she saved his grandmother the other day and refused to collect money. She asks him how much he wants to pay. He replies that they should be friends on WeChat first, then he will transfer the money. As they drive, the driver mistakenly steps on the brake pedal. This makes Jinyang to move forward and hit her head. The driver immediately apologizes, saying he didn't hit it well. The male lead tells him that if he can't handle the technique, he should get someone else. He apologizes again. The main truth behind him stepping on the brake pedal is because the male lead told Guoligan, our girl, that he wants to be WeChatted. This shocked him. The male lead brings his phone closer and they connected. He sends her 200,000 immediately. She thanks him. The money is enough for Jinyang's high school and college. Scene shifts to the class where our girl would be. A student tells Liu Yang that they are about to have a new transfer student. His name is Ling Qian. He tells him that this morning, when he was climbing over the wall, he saw Miss Shi with 2 girls. One of them was very pretty. He continues, describing the girl's beauty. Liu Yang, who is resting on the desk, thinks the girl would be prettier than our girl. He feels our girl's face is truly a knockout. Her presence is even more intimidating than that of her own father. The girls can be seen walking towards the class with Miss Shi. She tells them that although her class isn't great in grades, the students there are still very friendly. She assures them not to worry about anything. As they get to the door, the students are making noise, talking about our girl and her friend. They don't want to believe that one of the transfer student is very beautiful. The teacher enters inside and everywhere becomes quiet. She tells them that she wants to introduce 2 new students who have transferred to their class. Jinyoung enters first, and people feel that she looks beautiful, but not as beautiful as the boy had said earlier. Then our girl enters next, and everywhere becomes silent. They quickly agrees that she is very beautiful. Jinyoung greets them and tells them her name. Our girl does the same. Luyang can't believe his ears. The teacher allocates a seat for Jinyoung next to Juan in the middle of the 3rd row. She allocates a seat behind for Pelishan. Our girl, since she is tall, she is to seat beside Luyang. As our girl walks to her seat, students began to talk. One comments that the school forum might soon explode because a while ago Gu Yin transferred here and almost threatened Lu Yi's status as the school flower. Now our girl has come here too. It's so thrilling. Another comments that our girl is clearly in a higher league. She has a strong presence, more like school tyrant. They wonder if she is going to have a fight with Lu Yang. Another notices that Lu Yang's eyes is practically glued to our girl, so something of sort won't happen, adding that he might even willingly step down from the tyrant throne. As they all sit, the teacher tells them that they would get to know the new students after the class. She tells them to bring out their chemistry papers that she handed to them yesterday. They want to go over a few example problems. Lu Yang tells our girl that he would lend her his own to have a look at it. She sees it empty of answers, and he tells her that he forgot to do it yesterday, that listening to the teacher is the same thing. That explanation is so pale. Ling Kane turns and asks Lu Yang's face why it's so red. He tells him to face his front. During lunchtime, students seen running in the walkway. It seems like they are rushing in order not to miss something. Gu Yin is in her class. She sees people running out. She wonders what is going on. Her friends tell her that class 20 got 2 new students. One of them, named Gu Mang, is very pretty, so everyone is going to see her. Another comments that there is no use of being pretty if she is in class 20. He adds that it means her grade are poor. Another tries to console her, telling her that their first monthly exam is coming up soon. Once she gets the first place, she will still be the school flower. Gu Yin is deep in thoughts. She wonders why. Our girl came to her school. She wonders how she got in. Maybe she begged her uncle. She tells her friends not to say such things, adding that their academics might be very good too. Meanwhile, Lu Yi is sitting on her own in the other side of the class. Her friend comes to her, telling her that there is new celebrity on the forum and someone has voted her for the new school beauty and left she and Gu Yin far behind. Showing her a picture, she asks if she knows who it is, that it is someone they have seen before. Her friend shows her a picture of Ling with Lulid, our girl sitting with Lu Yang. She tells her friend that she never expected our girl to come to their school. Within her, she isn't surprised that our girl came to their school, but what is surprising her is that she ended up being Lu Yang's desk mate. She stands up and excuses herself to go make a call outside. If her mom finds out, hours later, Lu Yang's mother can be seen in the principal's office. She storms into the office asking if he arranged Maid. Our girl admission into the school. She also asks if he knows who she is sitting with. He tries to talk, but she cut him short. She tells him that she doesn't mind him placing our girl in the school, but she won't allow her to corrupt her son. That's the bottom line of her complaint. The principal tells her that corruption isn't necessary with her son. He adds that our girl isn't really a bad influence as she thinks. She tells him that she knows what our girl have done before, fighting, causing trouble, skipping classes, and she have even been in a juvenile detention. The principal tells her that if she is not satisfied, she should tell her son to ask the teacher to change his seat. A voice answers at the door, saying he doesn't want to change. It's Lu Yang. He walks in fully, and his mother tells him that she is ready for argument. She passes Wedham. Our girls report for him to look at. He is impressed by the scores, even when she had 0. He feels she is more better than him. His mother tells him that our girl is not a good student, that he should stay away from her in the future. She adds that she doesn't expect him to be very intelligent, but he shouldn't disgrace their family. He tells his mother not to worry about anything, that he has his own plans. He continues, saying that he won't change seats, and she shouldn't go behind his back. He reminds her of his temper. Trying to calm down the situation, he tells her not to be angry so that she won't get old quickly. He holds her, taking her away. He suggests that they go get some late-night snacks. Somewhere in the city that night, our girl is with her helper, Lin. She is eating desserts with alcohol. Lin complains about her choice of food, but she brushes it aside, asking for the reason of their meeting. She asks her how the situation is, whether she needs her help. Lin tells her that if she can do it alone, she won't bother her, a grade 12 student. Our girl replies that it is good to know. She tells her that she has university exams to prepare for. Lin is in awe. The world's #1 hacker talks about university exams? She wonders what kind of dark joke it is. She tells our girl that she can't hack into Heaven's surveillance system, so she needs help. She adds that she will give her 10% after the job have been done. Our girl tells her that she would only do it if she is given 20%. Lin feels our girl is trying to make profit from a pretty dark situation. She accepts the proposal. At Heaven's building later that night, a bathroom is locked from inside. 2 girls who wants to use it wonders who on earth would lock a public bathroom. They quickly move away to use the next one. Inside the bathroom, our girl can be seen trying to hack into the Heaven's internal system. After a while, she successfully hacks into it and takes over the surveillance system. The man on duty wonders what is happening as all the cameras began to go dark. He feels there is an intrusion. He orders that it should be reported to the male lead immediately. Our girl receives a message from Lin approving the finishing of the job. She tells her they have to leave immediately. Our girl begins to walk away. The guards begin to search for the intruder. One of them sees her in front and commands her to stop. She stops, trying to remove her weapon. As she turns, she sees the male lead who recognizes her. As he calls her name, the guards asks him if she is his friend. He says yes. They immediately apologize to her. She tells them that it is okay. The male lead is seeing her off. He asks her what she is doing in the building so late. She replies that she came here to make money. He asks her if she is that short of cash. She is surprised that he doesn't know that she is short on cash. She can't believe that he wouldn't have checked into her background. He asks her if she didn't receive 200,000 earlier. She replies that she can't just sit and eat one's resources away. Getting to the road, he offers to give her ride. She tells him not to worry that her friend is coming to pick her up. A car pulls up in front of her, and she enters. She bids him farewell, and they drive off. As he walks back inside, his brother asks him why he is back so fast. The other one tells him that the deal with Shadow Alliance got messed up, and it was Ninetails who took the mission. Sitting down, the male lead tells them that Ninetails doesn't have the ability to hack into Heaven's surveillance system. The 2 brothers wonder if there is someone else helping Ninetails in secret. Who can that be? The legendary elusive White Fox. While driving, Lin asks our girl what is going on here between her and the male lead. Just now, the 2 of them were walking together so closely that it must be an affair. Our girl replies that she is a doctor, and he is a patient's family member. That is the kind of relationship they have. Lin tells her to be careful when she is dealing with him, that she is really afraid he would eat her up without leaving any bones behind. Our girl asks her if she doesn't know that she is best at outsmarting others. She tells her to relax, that she is very cautious around the male lead. Lin agrees and tells her that she would leave her to be. She tells her that she have met her targets for the year, so she will be going off to Europe for a long holiday. She tells our girl to keep being her tormented grade 12 student. The next day, our girl is in school, walking to her class. As she walks, there are a lot of students gossiping about her. She walks past 2 girls. One of them admires her beauty, wondering what grade she is. The other replies that she saw on the campus forum that's Our girl is a new transfer student in grade 12, class 20, that she arrived yesterday, and the campus beauty polls put her way ahead of Gu Yin and Lu Yi. She gets close to her class. Some group of boys are also talking about her. One of them wonders what use it is of being so pretty, yet being in the worst class of grade 12. Another comments that our girl has strong presence. She gets to the class and meets Jin Yang outside. She offers RUTHLESS our girl breakfast. Our girl asks her if she has done her homework. Her friend replies that she wrote it with her left hand, that our girl's handwriting is so bad that it's almost the same as her left-handed writing, so one cannot tell the difference. Our girl playfully pats her head, saying that she is now mocking her. Jin Yang runs back inside the class. Our girl enters the class and goes to her seat. She sees a lot of papers on her desk. Lu Yang tells her that the papers must be the ones stuffed in during the second period of last night's study session. She disposes them in the trash and wanted to take it out, but he stops her, saying he would go on her behalf. Kane is surprised that he actually offered to take out the trash. She wonders if their class tyrant is about to be replaced. As our girl seats down silently, two boys talk about her. Someone had posted her picture to the campus beauty voting thread, and her votes surged again. That surely means she has to clear her desk every day. She brings out her phone and begins to operate it. Moments later, one of her classmates announces that the thread for the campus beauty poll for cancers, our girl, has been deleted. Everyone is surprised. They ask the vice moderator. He said he didn't delete it. Neither the student union nor the school intervened. No one knows how the picture disappeared. And their school forum doesn't allow screenshots or saving. Now all the campus beauty photos are gone. That means there would be more people coming to their classroom to see our girl in person. Scene shifts to grade 12, class 1. Their homeroom teacher is talking angrily to her students. She is angry that her students run to class 20 every time. She wonders if they have so much time on their hands like that. She asks them if there is little homework, or the test papers she gave weren't enough. She reminds them that this weekend is the first monthly test for grade 12. She asks them if they want to be surpassed by class 12 and make her die in anger. She continues, asking them if they know the meaning of all glitter and no substance. She asks them if it is a student with 0 is all her subject, and who was expelled from her former school is who they want to go and see. She tells them that the first monthly exam is a competition for the entire grade 12, and whoever ranks first must come from her class. She continues, telling them that from today, she would add an extra set of exercises for each subject and extend evening self-study by 1 hour. She threatens them to see what would happen if they don't secure the first position. During lunchtime, Lu Yang is walking outside with Chan, lost in thought. Out of nowhere, he turns to Chan and asks what girls like to eat. Chan raises an eyebrow, immediately suspicious. He grins and asks if Lu Yang is planning to buy something for our girl. Lu Yang scoffs, acting all cool, and tells him to mind his own business. No need to be so nosy. But Chan, being the little troublemaker he is, doesn't let it slide. He smirks and tells Lu Yang that if he's going to be that aggressive, then nope, he's not spilling the secret of what our girl likes to eat. As they go back and forth, two girls walk past them, chatting loudly. They're talking about our girl. Their voices are full of excitement, and it doesn't take long for Lu Yang to catch what they're saying. Apparently, Ms. Luo Songhua has been running her mouth, saying all kinds of ridiculous things about our girl. Lu Yang's expression darkens instantly. His relaxed attitude is gone, replaced by something sharp and dangerous. He doesn't say a word at first, but his jaw clenches and his hands curl into fists. Then he turns to Qian and asks where the teacher's office is. Qian, sensing trouble, hesitates before answering. He tells him that Ms. Luo Songhua shares the office with Ms. Shi. Before Qian can say anything else, Lu Yang is already storming off. His whole vibe screams, "I'm about to handle this." Qian panics and rushes after him, pleading for him to calm down. He knows Lu Yang can be impulsive, and this situation is not looking good. But Lu Yang is furious. He can't believe that a teacher, an actual teacher, would dare to bully our girl. He's not about to let that slide. If you're eager for the next chapter, drop a comment expressing your interest in a part 2. Don't forget to subscribe and ensure to hit the notification bell to stay updated. Until next time.